Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Spirit Guide message reading for you. Now, this reading is undated because whenever you come across it is the exact moment that Spirit wants you to hear this message. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in now, Gemini, and see what Spirit has to say to you. What I'm going to be doing is, of course, what I always do is move the Spirit Guide animal cards over to the side, and these will be layered on top of the tarot deck to give extra insight, extra understanding. They just speak beautifully with each other, and I love the combination. All the cards will be listed in the description box below, so if you're curious about anything, that's where you can find them. Right, I'm going to move the tarot cards up here, and these are the chakra cards. I'm going to move them up here, and I'm going to be shuffling the botanical oracle cards. So show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Spirit guide message for Gemini. Spirit guide message for Gemini. Spirit guide message for Gemini. Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. All right. This one, right here, which is service. And you have garlic. Ooh, and this one right here, which is growth, which is the fern. That's really pretty. I love that. Service and growth. Growth. There we go. And your chakra cards. And I like shuffling them and saying things out loud. It puts me in a rather meditative state, even though I've shuffled and meditated upon the cards before right now. And I hope it helps put you in a meditative state to hear what Spirit is saying. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Gemini, Spirit guide message for Gemini. Spirit guide message for Gemini. Spirit guide message for Gemini. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Ooh, these two. All right, we have love. Oh, that's beautiful. The heart chakra. And we have grounding, which this is the earth star chakra, which is located 6 inches below your feet. And then let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Gemini. Spirit guide message for 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 Gemini. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to stop here because this one just turned right over. So you have at your heart the 5 of Swords. You're crowned by the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then we have the 2 of Swords. The 5 of Pentacles, the repeat of the number 5, is talking about freedom. The Hanged Man, you see things differently than everybody else. And don't change your views. Don't. The 7 of Wands. The 5 of Cups, another 5. Oh, wow, you have 5 in a row. The Knight of Pentacles, strong earth sign energy, the Chariot, and the King of Swords. Wow. Okay, so that is amazing. What I love right here, and I'm just going to take a moment to talk about these cards, is that you have the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and then you shining through as a king, as somebody who is owning the situation, as the actor upon the stage, somebody who is in the midst of everything. And so here, this is a very powerful time. This is a time of freedom. This is a time of change. You're going to see things start to shift into a more grounded, you're moving towards a more grounded, more prosperous time, but this is a time that is unique to you. You are seeing things in a very different way than everybody else, which can make you feel rather awkward, rather overwhelmed. You know, you're sitting there, why don't I fit in? Why can't other people see what I am seeing? Kind of mentality going on here. And what Spirit is saying is that you're not wrong. You're not wrong, you're just different. And that doesn't mean that you're wrong at all. It means that you have a different outcome that you are seeking. You have different eyes that you are seeing from. And that's going to actually be very empowering for you, coming from a place of the heart. As you know, if you've watched my readings before, well, the readings that I that I translate from Spirit. There we go. I believe, and Spirit tells me, that we are all emotional beings. We come from a place of our emotions, a place of our hearts. So here, with healing and cleansing the heart chakra, this is so powerful for you because you are an air sign energy. You move with the mind, but you have this flexibility as a Gemini. You have this flexibility of being able to see both sides of the story. And as you can see both sides of the story, you can see where each heart is coming from. Yes, a Gemini can become very logical. It can also become rather flighty and, yeah, and overly intrigued with the details of things instead of the big way of how to go about and achieve your goals. And I can say this with absolute surety. I myself am a Gemini. So here, this is saying, focus on love, focus on your heart, focus on the desire of your heart to move forward to the place that you need to be, body, mind, and spirit. Because there, for some reason, Gemini, there is an ignorance of what your heart truly wants. It's kind of like you're thinking, okay, I have to do this because it's going to make everything better, or I have to go on this road because it's going to bring me the prosperity that I want. And Spirit is saying here, you have a different insight, you have a different view of things. In the green, in the Hanged Man, and the green of the heart chakra, very much called to each other. And so as you look at things from the heart, you find yourself more grounded, you find yourself more stabilized, but you also find that this is a way you can thrive. You can thrive by looking at things emotionally. And the way that you have this mental elasticity really does call to you. It really does move you forward. And because of your mental elasticity, you can embrace different emotions, different ways of seeing things, different walks of life. And all of that becomes very powerful and very significant to you as you move forward. The healing of the heart chakra would be highly beneficial. Why? Because you're going to internalize a lot of things during this time. You're going to take it on as very emotional, and that could have you kind of fall back a little bit, have you doubt yourself, have you fear things because you're feeling too much. And what Spirit doesn't want is for there to be this eruption of emotion that really has you feeling like an outsider. So Spirit is saying here, ground yourself, center yourself, and help move yourself forward. Remember, the Earth Star Spirit chakra, the Earth Star chakra, is located 6 inches below your feet, where your roots really start to take hold. All right? I just think of that poem, 6 feet of earth make us all of one size. And I know this is 6 inches, but it's saying here there's some sort of stabilizing force with the connection with the earth. It can make things also less chaotic. So getting out in the sun, going for a walk, these will be things that are very beneficial to you during this time, or even just cracking open the window just a little bit for a little bit. I mean, if it's cold where you are, you don't have to do it for long. But here, it's that grounding force of the earth and of nature that really moves you forward. And how you would heal and cleanse the chakras is by, looking up a chakra cleanse on YouTube, just picturing this emerald green around your heart. That's always the color of the heart chakra that I picture, this beautiful emerald green around your heart. Cleanse and beautiful, all impurities taken out, all fractures, all, little bits of gray or mud color just taken out, cleansing yourself. And also with the grounding, with the Earth Star chakra, it's black, but you'll see things as slivers of gray or slivers of impurity. You just take it out and you embrace what you desire, the place that you need to move forward. And this becomes a service to you. Now, garlic is also a tremendously good antibacterial. So, antibacterial agent. So here, as you embrace what you desire, as you embrace a service to yourself and a service to your heart, you start to clear out any impurities. You start to find yourself purging a lot of things that no longer are needed within your life, a lot of things that you have held onto from your past, and you are doing a great service to yourself, but you're also being in service to your spirit guide. And there is a sense here that you and your spirit guide are going to be profoundly connected. And as you embrace that profound connection, you grow to new heights and you embrace new heights, new understandings, and new ideas towards things. This leads you to growth with the fern. This leads you to growth. This leads you to a healthier outlook on things. This leads you to a fullness of self and a fulfillment of self. And as you do so, you have here the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is something karmic coming up. All right? I very much see the 5 of Swords as a karmic debt that comes into play, or it's not a karmic debt, it's a karmic pattern. It's a karmic lesson. All right? And the reason why you react so strongly to it in this life is because in past lives, it was overwhelming for you. It was like, oh my gosh, can I ever get through this? This becomes the defining factor of that life for you. And you carry that memory into this existence. Now, it doesn't have to be karmic. If you don't believe in karma or past lives, it can be an ancestral debt. It can be something that lives within your DNA, something that your family has dealt with time and time again. All right? And now here you are moving forward. You are looking at things and you're going to feel for a moment, and at your heart you're feeling rather defeated. It can be something that is going to happen, but it is, Spirit is saying it's something that has happened. It's bringing up something in your life where you think, oh my gosh, can I move forward this way? Can I go after what I want? Am I going to be able to be the person that I want to be? Am I going to be able to stand tall and stand proud? It's having fear and doubt take over. And what I have here is the Chariot saying, oh yeah, you're moving forward. Oh yeah, you're moving towards your goals. Do not even worry. And as you rein in your emotions, the time period, June 21st to July 22nd, which is right after the Gemini time period, okay, you're going to start seeing things picking up. And I know that seems like really far away, but I can assure you it'll be here before we even know it. But you're working towards this goal, and you're going to see a freedom of self, a accomplishment of some hurdle, some barrier, something overwhelming that you thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to move past this. I'm never going to be able to get to the place that I need to be, to the place that I want to be, body, mind, and spirit. And with the Charioteer, there's also this sense of, okay, so what Spirit is showing me is the imagery of Charioteer racing, which is chaotic. It's very, very, very dangerous. If you study the history of chariots, which I know it sounds odd, but it's a very, very dangerous sport, and people could get astoundingly hurt. It's kind of like NASCAR racers. People could get very hurt. And so here you might be feeling that you're going at a tremendous speed, and you're heading faster towards something than you are ready for. And you're going to have to pull things in, because emotionally you're heading towards this, and it's kind of like ready or not, here you come. This is going to happen, and you can't stop it, but you can slow down the speed so that you feel more comfortable with it, and you feel more comfortable within yourself, within your truth, and within the way that you're moving forward. This actually, by slowing things down and excuse me, and looking at yourself and looking at what you want, this brings you prosperity. You might be looking at things with an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, but this is also you embracing that mentality of prosperity, that mentality of abundance, and you're defending that abundance, but you are a king. In this reading, you come across as a king, meaning that your prosperity and your knowledge, your understanding of things, your wit, your words, that's what people are really paying attention to. And Spirit is saying, do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your prosperity. You're going to sit there and think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make the money I need to make. I'm not going to be in the place that I need to be. Stop that. Because that will make you stumble, make you fall, and keep you from the path that you need to be on. You are a defender of your prosperity. You are a defender of what it is that you want. You can also find that you have an earth sign energy, somebody who, again, is either a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, or somebody who is astoundingly grounded, astoundingly centered, being your guide at this time. Spirit says that they are the guide that is centered and grounded, but they will lead you to somebody who walks on this earthly plane, who you can learn from, and you can learn the movements of things, the way that they do things. It's kind of like the tactile nature of it, the way that they handle things, the way that you see it. Now, it can be that they lead you to a person. It can be that they lead you to a video. It can be that they lead you to a book. All right, Spirit is saying here that you're really picking up on the knowledge and the way that they accumulated that knowledge and manifested it on this earthly plan, kind of planted that seed and let it grow to be the prosperity that they want, to be that power, that bounty, that bearing of fruit. And this is going to be something that's very important to you. You are figuring out, puzzling out how to do something that brings you prosperity, that brings you bounty, and you're defending it and also owning it. On one hand, this is absolutely kind of what you were born to do. This is the prosperity that you were born to let into your life. It's either financial wealth or something you value as much as money, but you're also going to be a defender of it, a learner of it, a understander. You're going to sit there and have to be very proactive. This will not happen, and Spirit is definitely saying this will not happen if you hide. First of all, if you let your fear get the better of you, if you don't center yourself and let you have days of just being grounded and not being overwhelmed. Let you have days of smiling and laughing and being filled with joy and talking about things that rise you up instead of pulling you down. Because if you don't decompress, you will not achieve in the way that Spirit is seeing here. Spirit is saying that you really hit the nail on the head, you're really moving forward. But if you drain your energy completely and you are absolutely overwhelmed, absolutely drained, you will not reach the potential, the full potential that is here before you. You'll kind of have that chariot spin out of control. And here, there is such prosperity that you are moving towards. There is such a sense of, you have your armor on, you know the darker side of human nature. You know that people will try to take what is yours. So you're very in tune with what you need to do. Don't trust people blindly during this time. And also mind your crop. Mind what you have planted, because I'm seeing this as seeds being put into the ground. And as they're put into the earth, because this is earth sign energy, you start to see, like, there's a time of darkness, there's a time of being planted, of being in the womb, of the seeds starting to open up, starting to take root and sprouting to the top, and then seeing the sun. All right, there are going to be stages, and if you try to rush it too hard, the results that you get, the crop that you get, will not be as bountiful as if you let it happen in divine timing. All right, in spirit's time. And at your root, the thing is that you can get a bit overwhelmed because you feel as if you are so different than everybody else. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Can you see this? Okay. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I very much believe in being different. But it's going to make you feel at times like an outsider looking in, as if people just don't understand, and you can't quite comprehend why they're not seeing what you're seeing. And that's because it's really quite true. They do not see what you see. It's kind of like when you can hear something or smell something and the person sitting next to you can't, until either it's a lot closer or the smell gets even worse and you're like, what the heck? It doesn't even mean that they are going to acknowledge that they see what you see or understand what you understand. But know here that you're not wrong. You're just different. And at times, Spirit is saying you're going to get very frustrated with being different, with having that Gemini energy to you, that two sides of a coin, that dual nature, right? And that dual sense of what you are accomplishing and what you are achieving. People will not understand your goals all the time. Why? Because you're seeing it two different ways and they can only see it one. Do not give up on yourself, because here you are the king. Here you move towards your prosperity, your success. You own it. There's a speed to you. There's a agility of mind and comprehension and communication that is so profoundly you that you couldn't change it even if you wanted to. And now you're owning it. It's kind of like, this is who I am. I'm not hiding it from it anymore. I'm not being ashamed of it. If you don't like it, tough luck. But don't be rude about it. But there is this sense here where you have to stand really firm and really powerfully within yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to think that the way that you're seeing things is wrong. And you're going to sit there and think, oh my gosh, I should just do this right. I should just be like everybody else. And Spirit is saying that if you conform, you're going to lose a bit of the spark. Now, this isn't saying to do anything dangerous. This isn't saying to put yourself in financial jeopardy. This is simply saying, do not doubt the way that you interpret things. And do not doubt the messages that Spirit gives to you. Because if you do, or as you do, because you will have those moments where you do doubt, you do sit there and you question everything, and that's the Gemini way. And didn't Buddha say, question everything, even if it comes from me, question it all? And that is something that you can really get behind, Gemini, because you are a questioner, you are a seeker, and as you seek, you're going to think, oh my gosh, I have to stand my ground, I have to fight every fight, I have to, like, this is just part of my truth. And it can almost be kind of like a crusade mentality, like, oh yes, this is something I can really get behind. But the fact of the matter is that you're actually going to catch more by stepping back, because there is something here, and it's coming in, and it's affecting the prosperity that you're walking into. Now, this could be from past life, this could be from your ancestral, what you've inherited within your DNA. There can be something around money. My people have always, had to struggle. I remember my grandparents having to struggle. My parents had to struggle. My great-grandparents. This is just something we have to do kind of mentality here. And I'm seeing that being shattered, because I'm seeing that, what is it? It's a sand coin breaking. And as that breaks, you are breaking a tie that you once had to monetary debt, to not being able to stand in the power of the truth that you wanted to live, by having past hurts, pains, sins, sorrows define you, and feeling like an outsider. And here, that's why you have such the urge to defend yourself and say, okay, I need to stand my ground. I need to be a warrior. And what Spirit is saying is, yes, you can be a warrior. Most charioteers were warriors, right? Or well-trained in the warrior arts. But you do not have to fight every battle. Because what that's going to do is it's going to drain you. And Spirit is really warning you against stepping on every single stone to get to the other side of the river. My great-grandma used to always say, if you step on every stone, you will never get to where it is that you want to be. You'll never cross the river. And that's true. If you step on every single stone, you will never get to the place that you want to be. You will never see the results that you want to see because it's going to take you so much longer. So here, this is not rolling over and playing dead. This is not, caving into anybody. This is saying, all right, I believe in myself enough that I don't care what you think. I don't care how you judge me, condemn me, hurt me with your words. I stand firm in myself. I stand powerfully in my truth. And if you just think of all the people who were laughed at for their ideas, if you think of all the people that you look at and you go, why would you do that? But then you see their plan and you see the way they move forward in this love and this acceptance. And if you look at the greats, like if you look at Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad and Moses, you see it. You see those moments where they look at things and you're looking at things and you're like, what the heck are you doing? Rama, you look at things and you're like, what the heck are you doing? When you're reading about them, and then you see it. Then you see the way that they evolve. You see how the waters part. You see how they rise again. You see how enlightenment comes to them. You see how they speak truths. And as you embrace this, and as you see this, and as you move forward in it, you're going to see that a poverty mentality is taken away. Because now you move forward into richness. And this has something to do with the root of you. This has something to do with your balance, your understanding. It has to do with money. There's a trust here. And there's a lack of trust when it comes to you being protected and secure by your spirit guides. Because you have been on journeys. Yeah, you have been on journeys that have taken you down roads that you thought, oh no, how did I even get here? What the heck is going on? And so what I'm seeing here is that Spirit is saying, trust me, your hand is in my hand. I will lead you forward to a land of prosperity, to the realization of dreams. It's not going to be exactly how you want it to be because it never is. And as Abraham Hicks says, we put into the vortex what we don't want. Okay, we put it in there. We're like, okay, vortex, this is what I don't want. This is where I don't want to be. This is the type of person I don't want to be with. This is the type of job I never want to have again. Kind of mentality. And then you get back what you do want. But what's so funny is that when we get back what we do want, we get it back in drips and drabs. We learn a little secret every single day. But it feels like we pay to the vortex so much more. We put so much more in than it is that we're getting out. And that's because we don't see clearly. We don't see clearly the little blessings, the little miracles that make up our lives, that make up ourselves. And as you start to see that, which is what I'm seeing here, you start to see those blessings, you start to see that power, you move forward in an emotional truth. You have a repeat of the number 7 here. Okay? So you have the repeat of the number 5, freedom. You have the repeat of the number 7, truth. Moving towards deeper mysteries. Spirit is also saying if you lie or if somebody lies to you, it's going to be called out really quick and it's not going to go over well. So just be mindful of that. All right? The prosperity, it comes. It comes because you're claiming it. It comes because if you see here, the pentacle or what is this? What did I just say it was? It was a sand dollar? Is over the third eye chakra. It's over what others cannot see that you see. All right? Others do not understand, but it's moving you forward in your prosperity. And it's something that you are holding on to as luck comes in, as luck moves you forward. Because if you see here, his trunk is facing up. That means good luck. And as you embrace this good luck, you start moving forward. And you have the ferocity of a king. You have the sense, and you have the repeat of the king here. You have the sense of your mind and your prosperity, your ability to accumulate wealth, what you value as much as money, and what can very well turn into a profitable business venture, home life, whatever it is that you want, it starts to come. And with the 5 of Cups, you change your mind, you change your whole entire life. Here you have, 4 cups balanced on top of a broken cup. And as you start to see things, you start to change what you are looking towards. You start to change what you are desiring. You start to change and embrace your personal power, your personal strength, your free will, your empowerment of self, your freedom. And this starts to bring emotional balance. This takes what was broken and moves it from being the base to either you get rid of it, or it becomes part of the mosaic that is your life. It becomes part of the bigger picture. Because if you had everything be perfect, there would be something off. It would be too much. People need asymmetry. People need, a little bit off. Even in music, if it's done absolutely perfect, it'll feel wrong. Things that are too perfect actually repel people because it feels wrong. There needs to be that slight bit of imperfection. And that slight bit of imperfection is what you're going to be building off of. It's going to be how you start to move forward and how you start to see things. Everything does not have to be perfect. Perfect is unobtainable. It's what our society uses to get you to buy everything. Get this and you'll be happy, and do this and you'll be beautiful, and do this and you'll be rich. It comes from within. And it's an empowerment to you as you move forward. And here you're going to see that as you change your point of view, as you change what you are focusing on, you start to see 2 roads open up. Or it may be that you've only seen 2 roads open up before you. Something is going to open up within this view that lets you see another path, that lets you see another truth, that lets you see a way of using the swords or the pathways that open up to you in a new way. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of this. Oh my gosh, I didn't think I could move forward this way. I didn't think that this could happen. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised that you can. And it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I see now. And I can defend my prosperity because I move forward with this ferocity of heart and soul and self. All right, so let's see what your spirit guide animal cards have to say. Gemini, spirit guide message for Gemini. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. And I'm just going to lay these out silently. All right. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is fierce. I love how you have, what is it? Dogs are 98% wolves, And so I love that you have that here, and you have that contrast. And I'm really seeing that as the contrast of your personality. One part of you during this time, Spirit is saying, one part of you is going to be this wolf, this fierce hunter, this person that can evoke fear. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's going to be somebody that people are really take seriously and really kind of, handle with respect. And then the other part of you is going to be the dog. It's going to be, man's best friend, this agreeable, loving, kind, and I'm not saying a dog that has been abused or, trained nastily. I'm saying one that has been really loved and really, became a part of a family. And that's going to be the 2 sides that you have during this time. So you might find yourself in conflict with that feeling, with that sense of self, with that sense of a part of you wants to be more fierce in situations, wants to really go after things. And the other part of you is going to be like, okay, I have to step back. I'm going to let things evolve naturally. It's going to be kind of yeah, that's going to be the difference kind of here. It's one's going to be more forceful and one's going to be more loving. When you meet the ground, when you come to that middle ground and you find that strength, but you use that wolf strength rather quietly and with a loving nature all around it, you're going to find that you become unstoppable, and you're going to find that puts your twins into alignment with each other. So here we have the wolf spirit, and it says turn knowledge into wisdom, and that's what you're doing through the karmic patterns that you have been through, the doubts, the fears, the apprehensions, the things that you have faced where you're like, oh my gosh, not again. You're turning your knowledge of that situation into wisdom of your soul, of yourself. And it's changing you. It's forging you. It's having you look at things differently and in a new light. And this then brings you to the dragonfly spirit, which says truth transcends illusion. And as you move forward in your power, as you move forward towards what you desire and what you love and what you truly want, the truth of the matter will transcend the illusions of a situation or the illusions of failure and doubt and fear and apprehension. And then you're going to find that this is a time of healing for you. It's with the snake spirit, it's time to heal. And it's time to heal around prosperity. It's time to heal around the opening of your third eye chakra. It's time to heal around believing what it is that you innately see, but what others cannot comprehend or understand. And as you heal, you really step into this power, but you also step into your prosperity. You step into the role of a king of prosperity. And again, kings for me, not male or female. They are kings and queens, not male or female. Kings are the actors upon the stage. Queens, the directors behind the scenes. And that's what you're doing. You're stepping into a kingly role. You're stepping into the one that is seen, that is heard, and that is understood. And this then leads you to the rabbit spirit, which says, now is your lucky time. Now is your lucky time as you defend, as you grow, as you learn from somebody who is very grounded, very centered, very much, and it may not be in every aspect of their lives, but in this one aspect, they hold a secret. They hold a truth to a mystery. And this is somebody, again, either an earth sign energy or somebody who is just astoundingly grounded, astoundingly centered. And as you embrace that grounding, as you embrace that centering, you have the rabbit spirit saying, now is your lucky time. And it'll last. It'll carry on. It'll carry on through the generations. You're actually changing your molecular makeup. All right? And that is going to be very powerful. That's going to be very long lasting. It's like what I'm seeing is there's a study, and I forget who did it. I think it was a Japanese scientist. And what he would do is he would have glasses of water, and he wanted to know like the power of words. And I think he was a scientist. I'm not really sure. And he wrote love under and put it under a cup of water. And then he looked at the molecular makeup of that water. And then he wrote hate, and he looked at the molecular makeup of that water. And the love looked beautiful. It looked just absolutely exquisite. And the hate, it looked so angry. It looked broken and chaotic. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing going from broken, chaotic molecular makeup to the beautiful, lovely one that's made of love. And that's by opening up your heart. That's by looking at your soul and yourself. And the dear spirit says, bring a gentle touch. That's at your root. Bring a gentle touch as you see things differently. And that's going to be why you see things differently. Because you bring a gentle touch to the situation. You bring a gentle power to the situation. And that's going to change the way that you perceive things, the way that you're moving forward. That's going to let you tread lightly upon this earth, which is going to let you tread beautifully upon this earth. Then this moves you, as you bring the gentle touch, this moves you to the dog spirit, which says, be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love, and you will find that you are as fierce can be. This loyalty to yourself, to what you love about you, not about you, it's not picking or choosing, loving you, being loyal to you, your makeup, yourself. Spirit is saying, be loyal to you, be as loyal to you as I am. And as you embrace this prosperity, this truth of self, as you bring this loyalty, you start trusting your mind. You start trusting the way that you see things. You start owning your power. People really do start to see this. It can be overwhelming for you. all right? But this power, this sense that people see you as the king, as the one that they can turn to, as the one who can get things done, is also going to be astoundingly rewarding. This then moves you to the vulture spirit, which says nothing is wasted. And I love this card because so often in life, we think that the challenges that we have been through, the heartbreaks, the pain, the things that have made us say, I have to stand and I have to defend myself. I have to stand my ground. I have to know my truth. I'm not going to let anybody get the better of me. That comes because we think we handled things wrong before. We didn't. We might not have handled things to the best of our ability. We are always growing. We are always evolving. All right? So you have to cut yourself slack. But what I'm seeing here is that sense of this will never happen to me again. I will never be laughed at. I will never be ridiculed. I will never be weak. You know, it is taking power away from where you need to be now. And nothing that you have been through was wasted, was wrong. It was all making you into the person that you are. And I'm not talking about horrific things. Those horrific things, yes, of course, those were wrong. But it still has given you an insight to situations, not an insight, a compassion into situations that is beyond understanding. In Buddhism, they say life is suffering. Why? Because it isn't beautiful. And there is a reason why, you have that saying. And then in Christianity, you have, a man nailed to a cross as imagery. Life is suffering. People are innately drawn to that, And so here, there is this sense of understanding that your suffering has added to your compassion. And it doesn't matter if you don't follow those two religions. They're just the examples off the top of my head. So here, there is this sense of moving forward with that understanding, with that power. Because what you have been through, what you have suffered through, has made you stronger, has made you more compassionate of heart, has tested you, yes, but it's also forging you into the person that you were born to be. And I'm not saying that none of it, especially if you went through horrible things. First of all, I want to say that I am sorry. And that your spirit guide is saying that they're wrapping their arms around you. And that you are safe. But know that there is a power to you that spirit wants you to be embracing, wants you to be moving forward in. And this then brings you to the electric eel spirit, which says, bring your ideas to life. Don't sit there and think, oh my gosh, no, I couldn't possibly. Who the heck wants to listen to me? No, look at this. You have been through the rejection. You have been through the pain. You have been through the disappointment, the heartbreak. All right? You have had the prosperity broken. Right? Whether that be wealth or something you value as much as money, it's been broken. And now, because of that, you bring your ideas to life. You bring the power of your heart to life. You bring the power of your truth to life. And you are unstoppable. This leads you to truth transcending illusion and being loyal to yourself. This brings you to the bobcat spirit, which says life is a mystery. It's not all to be figured out. And as you change your mind, you change your life, and you see this. Life is a mystery. And as you embrace that mystery, and as you use it as part of the mosaic of your existence, you move forward in your power. You move forward towards your truth. And you embrace the owl spirit, which says, you see clearly now. You see clearly of what you want. You see clearly of where you want to be. And as you see clearly, you look at the two paths set before you, and you're going to see something new arise. You're going to see yourself given wings. Given wings, flying to a new height, understanding a deeper power, understanding a deeper truth, seeing things clearly, but also saying things clearly, because your sight is clear. Your words ring more clearly than ever before. I'm just seeing a crystal being chimed, and it's like pure energy running through. There's just this sense of a cleanness and a purity and an understanding to you. This leads you to knowing that now is your lucky time as you heal. And again, transcending illusion, your truth transcending illusion is giving you power, because you're going to have built up in your mind all the bad things that can happen, all the ways that you can fall, all the ways that you can fail, all the ways that you should fall, all the ways that you should fail. And you're going to see that the truth of it all is much more beautiful and much less terrifying, overwhelming, definitive than what you had thought it was before. Your subconscious message, or what you had built up in your head, your subconscious message for this reading is the crow spirit, which says co-create with spirit. Co-create with spirit. Spirit is right there with you, Gemini. Co-create with it, build with it, be empowered by it. This then leads you to your subconscious chakra energy, which is truth. And again, that is why this truth transcending illusion is so important, because as you follow your truth, as you heal and cleanse your throat chakra, as you speak your truth into reality, as you claim it, all right, you transcend the illusions of failure. You transcend even the illusions of ego. You can say that ego is an illusion, and how people perceive you, their perceptions can even be boiled down to illusions. So if you just move forward in emotional truth and what your heart is calling for, that is the only place that you can stand. And that is astoundingly hard to do. But if you can transcend and be simple emotion of love, then you have the whole world open to you. You have just transcended like the greats, okay? Transcended like the prophets, transcended like the gurus. And that would be amazing, and that is amazing. And it's possible. You might do it one day or one moment or 1 minute, and have it fall apart the rest. But hold on to those moments, because that's what I'm seeing here. Transcendent moments. Your botanical oracle is enhance. And this is indigo. Okay, which is so funny because that is, of course, the third eye chakra. So you are enhancing yourself, you are brightening your path, you are moving towards a deeper truth, okay? And it is enhancing you through service to your higher self, through growth of your higher self. You enhance, you transcend, you become more than, and you start to see so much more clearly now than ever before, and so much more than just surface value of things. This then leads you to the subconscious message of this whole entire reading, which is the Hierophant. So the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles may very well be a Taurus energy, right? A time frame April 20th to May 20th. You transcend. You have here the deer. You have the key. This is bringing gentleness and generosity into a situation. The key is the kingdom of heaven opening up to you, is mysteries being unlocked, is deeper knowledge, deeper understanding, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant is represented by the Pope, who is the King of Kings. He could tell kings what to do. So here you embrace that power, you embrace that knowledge, you unlock that door, and you start to see that there is a power to you that even transcends the greatness of kings. There's a power to you that has you shocked and has you in awe of the knowledge that is coming to you and the connection that you have with Spirit. Wow, Gemini. Okay, this was highly powerful. You might find this time when you find this reading, whenever it comes across to you, to be a bit overwhelming, to be a bit off-putting, all right? Because so much is coming at you and you might not be ready for it. Take it in little pieces if you're not ready for the full effect of it all right? And know here that there is greatness within you, and it's coursing through your veins, and it's becoming part of your DNA. All right, Gemini, I hope this reading has resonated with you. It has been an honor to bring it to you from Spirit. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.